Welcome to the Electronic Circuit Analysis subject. This is Dr. Madhusudan, PhD, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In this session, we will learn types of feedback amplifiers. Feedback amplifiers. Amplifiers are used to amplify input signal, and the feedback network. The fraction of output is fed back to the input from the through the feedback network. Amplifiers will have a gain more than one, whereas feedback networks will have a less than 1 gain. They have less than 1. Usually feedback network is called wherever the gain is less than 1, we call it as attenuators. So amplifiers will amplify the signal by gain factor more than 1. The attenuators will attenuate the signal, means it will not disturb phase and frequency. It will decrease the voltage level. Then we call it as a gain is less than 1. Then those attenuators are used in the feedback network in the amplifiers. Usually the gain of the feedback network will be like less than 1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.5, 0.2, like that. The gain decreases or decreases depending on the which type of feedback we are giving, either positive feedback or negative feedback. Noise also will decreases in the negative feedback, and there is a chances of increasing noise in the positive feedback amplifier. Positive feedback, even though noise is more, we are using in the oscillator because we need their signal strength to be increased up to certain level. So that's what we are using positive feedback. Negative feedback most of the times we are using in the amplifiers. By using the negative feedback in amplifiers, we reduce the noise in the amplifiers, and the bandwidth increases or decreases depending on the feedback. In the positive feedback, in the negative feedback, bandwidth will decrease, bandwidth will increase, and in positive feedback, bandwidth will decrease. That's what oscillator will have a small bandwidth compared to amplifiers. Types of feedback we are using as types of feedback amplifiers. So first one is these are all what we are studying in the feedback amplifiers. So when I stated feedback amplifiers, it is by default it is a negative feedback, because we amplifiers in amplifier we are using negative feedback. So in that voltage amplifier, there is a voltage amplifier, and there is a current amplifier. So there is a voltage amplifier and there is a current amplifier. Voltage amplifiers will have two types: series feedback type and shunt feedback type. And whereas current amplifiers will have current series feedback and current shunt feedback. So depending on the voltage, there are two: voltage series feedback and voltage shunt feedback. And depending on the current amplifiers, there are two: current series feedback and current shunt feedback. One by one we will study. So this is the first diagram where I taken voltage series feedback. So this is open loop gain, open loop amplifier with the gain of A, and this is the feedback network we are using, feedback circuit, where its gain is noted as a beta. So this is V naught output voltage and this is V in. Okay, here this diagram only is quite complicated, don't confuse with these pictures, and if you understand this one you can draw others as it is. Okay, this is a plus symbol as the input, and this is the plus symbol at the uh, amplifier side, and this is the minus sign at the source side, and this is the minus sign at the amplifier input. Once if you understand these plus minus symbols, it becomes easy for you to understand feedback. Suppose the beta network having a plus here and having a negative here, then you consider this plus is joined to amplifier negative, and feedback network negative is added here, then we call it as a voltage series, because voltage will be in series with here. So that's why we call it as a voltage series feedback. So the vi equal to, you can write it as a vs plus vf of feedback we are adding. Okay, that is the adder here. Actually mixer circuit should be used, but everywhere maybe may not be used directly, it may be connected. And consider the same sign for the following all diagrams, so that it will be voltage series, current series, all you can see it very easily. And if it is a parallel or series circuit also, you can identify very easily. Okay, if it is a parallel, usually current will divide. If it is like this, the current will be in series. For this, it will be current will be in series, and for this current will be shunt, because current will divide here and here and here, so it will be current shunt. We call it a current shunt. But whatever we are saying here, voltage series feedback, this feedback is only consider at this end, then depending on that, we can identify voltage series or voltage shunt, current series or current shunt. Like that we can make it very easily. The first diagram itself only complicated, I told all terminology. From second, it will be easy to understand. So here you see it is a voltage shunt feedback. So second one, we are taking example voltage shunt feedback. Here you see it is a voltage shunt feedback where vi equal to vs plus vf, and this is the amplifier, and this is a feedback network, and this one is a voltage shunt. So voltage shunt feedback, depending on this voltage shunt, we are giving a title voltage shunt feedback. Okay, as the feedback circuit is connected in shunt with the output and the input as well as, so both sides it is a shunt, both the output impedance and the input impedance are decreased. Both the output impedance and input impedance are decreased. When we are connecting a shunt parallel, usually resistance will decrease. When resistance, example 1 kilo ohm is parallel with 1 kilo ohm, the overall resultant resistance will be 500 ohm, so it will decrease. That is what it will happen here. When it is an input side as well as output side, if it is a shunt, so both side resistance will decrease. So this is a voltage shunt feedback. Next one is current series feedback. See here, current will be series. Okay, here current will be taken as a feedback, and here current will be given in series. So same diagram, basic amplifier gain A and feedback circuit beta, and this is the feedback voltage. Vi is the input voltage to the amplifier, and Vs is the source voltage, V0 is the output voltage. Everything is same, all the four diagram, but only the feedback, how we are giving a feedback. When we want to take a current, so here we have to make it as a current. So current, it should be series like this. If you are connecting, it is called we are taking a current. And if you are connecting like this, it is also called current series feedback. We are giving a feedback in terms of current. Then this is also known as a series fed feedback. Series driven, here also it is a series side, and here also it is a series feedback, or it is also called as a series circuit. So both side it is a series, so it is a series circuit. We can say it as a series circuit. Next one, so current shunt feedback. See, voltage source, Vi, amplifier gain A, V0, RL, feedback network, and Vf, all circuits are same. The only is here I want to take a current, and I want to feed that current in terms of parallel, so we say it as a current shunt feedback. Okay, it is also used for the voltage shunt feedback. This is also known as a series driven shunt fed feedback. Series driven is this side, and fed is this side, so it is also called as series driven shunt feedback or series parallel circuit. It becomes easy to pronounce, series parallel. Always we are taking about feedback network, and for that this side is the input and this side is the output. So only this will be defined in the name. Feedback network will be defined because this open loop amplifier will be as it is. So series parallel means here it is a series, output side it will be series, and the input side it will be parallel. So altogether, some altogether I made a one table here. So characteristics we will study, and types of feedback, depending on that we will study. So first one is voltage gain. So all decreases. Why it is decreases is voltage gain is common for all negative feedback. Okay, so this whatever the I written decreases, it is a common for negative amplifier. If you take a amplifier means negative feedback. Negative feedback means all it will decrease automatically, so no need to remember here. Bandwidth, see bandwidth also it will increases because of negative feedback. So automatically if it is a negative feedback amplifier, means you can write it as a increases like that you can write it. Then the third one is input resistance. Input resistance only here it is a increases because it is a voltage series, and because of negative feedback it will increases. Output resistance here only it will decreases. These two are common in negative feedback, and we are using most of the time we are using voltage series feedback, so it is a common characteristics. Then harmonic distortion is a common word, distortion, so it will decreases because of negative feedback. And noise, again it is a decreases because of negative feedback. Only the point is we have to remember these points. So where it will decrease, where it will increase, we have to remember. Input resistance, you can make it as a decrease increase decrease, and decrease increase increase, so like that you can remember here. So or otherwise there is a derivation, so among that you can remember through them. But here if you want to practice this one, so voltage gain, bandwidth, harmonic distortion and noise, you can write it at a time as it decreases or increases because of negative feedback. It's a common characteristics. Only the problem is input and output resistance, and that too first one is not a problem because we are using voltage amplifier everywhere. So input resistance decreases and output resistance decreases. So this is increases because the amplifier should consume less power. So for that this increase is a required element, so we can remember that one. And output resistance, because the amplifier we are going to connect for the speaker, so this output resistance should decrease, that you can remember. So by that you can remember these two. Only the problem is here, these two you can note it down and practice it. How to, you can make it either you can make it say voltage shunt, these two are common. Okay, so only these two are common, and current series, again these two are common. Okay, now only this current shunt only, these are different decreases and increases, these two only changes, so you can remember however you want. So please you can make a table and keep it remembrance how you can make it. So these two are common, these two are not common, like that you can make it easily, a note of it. Then input impedance and output impedance, so I was talking about here the next slide, so I am showing you how to remember also. So here you see voltage series, here the term is only three terms are there, Zi 1 plus beta a and Z0, only three terms are there. How to make it remembrance is, first one it is Zi into some term is there, so it will increase. And here Z0 divided by something is there, so it will decrease. Okay, here you current shunt you check, so Zi divided by 1 plus beta a means it will decrease, and here it will increase. Here it is a multiplying factor is there, so it will increase. Wherever division is there, there it will decrease. And what about the others are, here it is a common numbers are there. So it is a current series, it is the same as it is here, and here it is the same, and here it is the same. So you can remember very easily those things. Only these terms are cross coupled. Actually cross coupled means so like this you can remember, this one is related to this and this one is related to this, like that, so you can remember. So advantages of negative feedback: stabilization of the gain will be stabilized, make the gain less sensitive to changes in the circuit component due to changes in the temperature, etc. So stabilization will happen in the gain, means constant gain will come. Reduce a non-linear distortion, it will reduce the non-linear distortion. Usually distortion will come in the amplifiers, so that from that the noise at the speaker you cannot listen the proper music, that is possible using negative feedback. So it will reduce the non-linear distortion. Make the output proportional to the input, keeping the gain constant independent of the signal level variations. Next, reduce the effect of the noise. So effect of the noise will be reduced in the negative feedback. Minimizes the contribution to the output of unwanted signal. Unwanted signal is called noise, generated in the circuit components of or extra by interference. If noise comes, it will get reduced. So extend the bandwidth of the amplifier. Usually amplifier whatever the bandwidth without feedback will be there. With feedback it will be extended. Left side and right side it will be more, it will stretch. Reduce the gain and it increases the bandwidth. But the negative point is it will reduce the gain, but that can be overcome by applying another amplifier after that one. After this negative feedback amplifier, we have to add another amplifier to increase the gain. Modification of the input and output impedance also it will amplify. In the previous slide only you checked, so input and output impedances or variation will happen, and input will increase, output will decrease. Raise or lower the input and output impedance by selection of appropriate feedback topology, you can make it. So coming up next video we will see the oscillators chapters and the types of oscillator and other things we will study in detail. So as usual, subscribe my channel. If any doubts, please comment or contact me. Thank you everyone.